Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Solana or Sol. Honestly, this has been, a project that has been getting a ton of hate lately, especially by other chains. For an example, in the Hedera community, I know that Solana is like one of the most hated assets, and I honestly just don't understand why. We're going to be talking today about why Solana is most likely going to have a generational, opportunity for us. And we're going to be talking about exactly where that generational opportunity is, and also why it is an incredible opportunity. So, with that being said, let's dive in. Let's talk about a few things, and let's address the current market of Solana. So, obviously, yesterday, Solana did go down and it was halted globally. It's not the first time that this has happened, and in the last month, you guys do see exactly where we were. In the beginning of May, we were at $94, and now we are sitting at roughly $40. Yesterday, we did see a little bit of a dropping point all the way down to roughly $38 and almost 40 some cents. On the 7-day span, you guys could definitely see, the downtrend from around like $50. This did make some of the news. Obviously, a lot of people were talking about it. We did see, news come out like this saying, reliably unreliable. Solana price dives after the latest network outage. And of course, this has been the 5th outage of 2022, and the year is only 5 months old. A bug-related consensus failure was the culprit this time. I do think that they need to fix this. I do think that they need to at some point in time upgrade the system, but it's going to take time for that to actually happen. But in the meantime, we could actually capitalize on this because it's not like it's going to absolutely kill Solana. I know that a lot of people have been comparing Solana to Luna. I think that that is just the worst way to really kind of look at things. It's completely different in its own entire environment. But also, I think that in terms of where we could go on Solana in terms of price action is pretty significant. We're going to be talking about that. Now, obviously, that was not the only article that got posted about Solana. We also seen another one posted saying, bug brings down Solana blockchain for 4 hours. Solana is down 11% for the day as Solana dealt with with another period of downtime, forcing a rollback and restart by validators. Now, obviously, yes, I get how the FUD could build up around this. I actually did tweet out recently saying, why are there so many HBAR haters in the replies? You do realize that if Solana comes down to this range, the ROI potential is incredible, right? Not saying HBAR won't succeed or hit some high targets, but we are here to make money, and that's what we are going to do. And I did tweet this out yesterday saying, although it's crazy that Solana went down again and is essentially broken, I'm going to be a buyer at the $15 to $25 range easily. And I told you guys exactly why many times about this, right? In this market, we are here to make solid, sound money. You don't, get into projects at the tops and make money. No, we are really kind of watching the FUD build up around Solana. We are seeing the market structure currently push altcoins down even further, and we most likely will continue to see that happen as Bitcoin dominance is continuing to rise and Bitcoin kind of just trades sideways. We have been seeing a lot of altcoins kind of taking a major dip, and I know on the 24-hour span, a lot of them are not too bad. Like we do see like 5% and things like that. It's nothing too bad, and we also do see some gains being made out there. But on the 7-day span, in terms of negative price action, you could see altcoins down double-digit figures, and Solana is the number 3 out of the top 100, down the most on the 7-day span. But as we do see Bitcoin ranging here, and as we do see Bitcoin dominance continuing to rise, and if we have impulses on Bitcoin, and if we have that retest of the lows that I am waiting for, and I've told you guys that I'm still waiting for that to happen on Bitcoin, which would be roughly around the 27K zone and possibly even lower. I mean, we could sweep the lows and retest 25K like we just recently did. If we do get that, that will push Solana down just enough for these targets to be seen at least once. Now, I do think that these are generational targets. I think that these are generational bottom targets for Solana. We're going to be talking about that and addressing that as well. And let's talk about why we are going to be aping into Solana. So not only has Solana did incredible price action alone, it is one of the most, most popular networks out there right now in terms of new networks. We do see the total transactions right now nearing 76 point almost 8 billion. Now, I know that a lot of people have been addressing that, these transactions are fake, that, the validators and things like that are pushing fake transactions, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm not here to, say if the transactions are real or fake. And the only reason why I say I don't really care about that too much is because I'm not trying to hold Solana long term and for the inevitable future. No, I'm here to do a major swing trade on Solana because I do think that it is something that is pretty incredible. Now, of course, we do see her join the fastest growing ecosystem. Yes, their ecosystem is absolutely incredible. In terms of the amount of growth that we've seen on Solana in just the last year alone, it's been something pretty significant. You guys can see all of the NFT projects, Web3 projects, and things like that that are built on Solana. Obviously, yes, like I said, they do have to fix their network because their network cannot be going down, 5 times in a year. That's just absolutely ridiculous. But I will say this. I'm still here for some incredible trade opportunities, and I do believe that, Solana will have that massive bounce back, and we're going to be talking about exactly how low we can go. In terms of the top NFT projects on OpenSea, this is, ranking through Solana. You guys could see some of the incredible amounts of volume that have been pushed in terms of the last 24 hours, and also just in general on some of these major NFT projects on the Solana ecosystem. I mean, you guys do see OK Bears. OK Bears was one that was really kind of incredible in terms of its growth, but you also do see other ones as well. And I've definitely been paying attention to the NFT sector a lot more lately, and I know that you guys are probably all aware of that by now in terms of all of the updates that I have been pushing in terms of this area. But I just think that this is great. I think that when we talk about the ecosystem, it's growing. It's, I would say, it's close to rivaling, Ethereum. I think that it is, at this point in time, a very, very popular chain. I think that it has grown massively, especially since its initial days. We did watch Solana go from, dollar ranges to the $250 plus range earlier in 2021. I know that on TikTok, this was, trending. Everybody was, talking about Solana. There was one specific individual, I forgot his name, but he was basically in early on when this thing was at like the $2, $1 range back here before it went off massively. And like I said, this did hit some pretty significant highs. And honestly, in terms of the price statistics, if you look at the gains on this thing, the ROI is still 18,359%. The all-time low 2 years ago at 50 cents, it's up still 8,000% from there. And this thing did, like I said, a massive run. If we go check out the chart for this, right? Now, of course, I don't have the early beginning stages, but essentially this would be 20 cents. This would basically be the start of it, but I'm not going to go off of the 20-cent zone. I'll go off the 50-cent zone just for more of a, more realistic view. But you guys could definitely see the gains that we've seen on Solana. Now, of course, I did not see these. I was not early in Solana, but this did do a 55,000% gain. This is why I say, pay attention to things like this that do come back down and test some generational bottom figures. Now, those figures I have are roughly around like the $15 to $25 range, but we could come down a little bit lower and we could test the demand range going back as far as like the March of 2021 candle. And if this does break, then we will see some significant lows being tested, most likely around the demand zone of like almost $3.50. But I think that that's out of the question. We'll most likely bottom out around like the summertime lows, which is still within the $18, almost $20 range and the $25 range, which I have been waiting for and addressing. And this would be great, honestly, for us to really kind of test that level, because the upside potential, like I said, off of something like this would be pretty immaculate. Especially when you look at things. Let me just make sure that this isn't on the log scale. All right, so yeah, we're good. This is actually pretty significant, though, when you look at the outreaches here, because I'm really targeting that 1618, and I know that there will be people holding until like the 4618 up here at like the $1,150 range, but that's not what I really care about. I don't care about maximizing, my profit points. I just care about, the ROI from here. And like I said, it's almost like a 10x opportunity from here to like, it's actually over a 10x opportunity. It would be at $240 at 10x opportunity, basically. I don't know why the percentage factor is not really kind of showing us that, but you guys could definitely see the ROI all the way to about like the all-time high, which would be like 1,010%. But like I said, if we are targeting, that $420 range, which would be the 1618, it's $418. This would be a 16x opportunity. And if this could come down and test some pretty nice lows, we'll just say like the bottom of the candle range from, again, the May timeframe, this would be a 20, almost 1x opportunity. And like I said, this would definitely be generational bottoms, because even like when you look at something like Ethereum, I remember a lot of people buying Ethereum at like $80 before it kind of fell a little bit more. So I actually want to show you guys that real quick. So first off, we go back a little bit in time to even the March 2020 lows, right? This was $90 for Ethereum. Now, obviously, I don't believe that we will ever see $90 for Ethereum ever again, but of course, who knows? Anything could really happen. I will say this, though. Off of those lows, if you bought around that low point, and we'll just say, like, because you're not going to buy the exact bottom, we'll just say, like, maybe $100, at the all-time high on this, you made over a 47x opportunity on this, which is pretty significant. Like I said, those generational bottoms are where you really kind of want to pay attention to. And like I said, Solana could go much, much higher than the $420 range, but I'm just kind of betting on that as, again, that's like the 1618. So to me, I think that that's fairly conservative. And like I said, the ROI potential on it is pretty significant. Solana is also one that does run very fast when it does start its build-up momentum. I don't need to tell you guys that. I'm sure that you guys are probably all aware of it. I mean, just look at the summertime lows to the highs that we hit in November. I mean, this thing ran significantly. When you look at the percentage gains off of the bottom, this was almost a 13x opportunity exact. So when we look at something like that, that is pretty significant. And I do believe that these will be generational bottoms. We might even go even lower. I mean, technically speaking, we will have a tight stop loss in place depending on the market structure, but we could come down even lower. And like I said, test these $3 ranges, which would definitely be something pretty significant. Even if we can get in at the low end on the December 2020 candles at like roughly like $1.30, that would be insanity. But I doubt that we do go that low. We'll most likely hold the summer lines from the 2021 timeframe, which is also why I said like that's a perfect buy point for me. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As guys, up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.